once again our lovely microphones.
I know, they're awfully colorful today.
And they're already on. Wonder who did that. Thank you.
One second. You know what we could do is
get a different perspective.
Get overhead cams and
and then
do the whole thing.
This is
laying
our
down.
relax mode question.
Yeah.
Give us a second.
You'd be falling asleep.
Yeah, I'd be out. This is actually a really nice chair.
All right.
We interrupt this program to bring you...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Double D's podcast. As always, I'm Dave.
Top of the morning,
That's your boy Darnell right there.
Darneezy.
So welcome back, episode 4 now. Episode 3 has been posted. We're filming episode 4 now.
Yes.
Before we get into anything else, you have an icebreaker for us.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Let's kind of... I got 2 would you rathers. I'll make them quick. We won't go too far.
All right.
Would you rather live in a real haunted house or live all alone on an island by yourself, just you, whatever is there, your house or whatever? Or would you rather live, you can still do things with people, most people, in a real haunted house? Ghost, creaky doors.
That's a tough question because are the ghosts nice?
It's a haunted house. Let's just assume the ghosts are
Have you been
scary.
to the Haunted Mansion at Disney?
I love it. I mean, it's nice. It's
There's
cool.
not a single angry ghost there.
All right, think of like the scariest scary movies.
Okay, so scary ghost.
Yeah, scary ghost.
No, I'll take the island. Thank you.
All alone for
Yep.
the rest of your life.
Yep.
Just you.
I'm all alone every day. Just kidding. No, I would. But I think it's tough for me because I don't believe in ghosts. So I think I'd take the island. Plus, it's tropical.
Okay.
I could make...
Well, how do you know it's tropical? That was not said anything. It could be rainy all the time.
Pretty much every island is tropical, isn't it?
Pretty much every island is remote. I
Okay.
wouldn't say that it's... I would take it more as there's nobody around. It's
Is
just
there
you.
sand?
Yeah, but it's just you.
I get it.
For the rest of the
That's
days.
fine.
Okay.
Hey, it worked in Castaway.
It did. Great
Just
movie.
saying.
He had Wilson.
He had Wilson. I can...
And then lost Wilson.
I know, dude, I cried.
Did you?
You can tell me you did not tear up when he lost Wilson?
No, and not to like make fun of it because that would suck.
Because you
But
have no soul if you
No,
didn't
but I
cry.
did laugh because I was like, it's a ball. But I got no, hold on. I laughed for a second, then I was like, I was also younger when I saw it. And I was like, okay.
You have
that's
no
kind
soul.
Of
If you laughed when he lost Wilson,
this is why I would choose a haunted house because I don't know how I would be.
and that's
if I
why you're gonna die in that haunted house.
was with my ghost friends.
And you know what? You won't come back as a ghost because you have no soul.
That was another question. Would you rather live forever or come back as a ghost? I wasn't gonna ask that one, but I did because you kind of just tied into it.
I think I'd rather come back as a ghost. I don't think I could do the live forever.
Yeah, you feel like it would get exhausting a bit.
Well,
But, like, stay at this age.
I
Stay
think
at this
more
age.
about the loss that you would have. Like
Yeah.
everybody that you would make connections with all got older and you didn't.
What movie is that? There's a movie.
Always and forever. I don't know.
Okay. Is that a movie or is that something you just...
Yeah, that's a movie. I think it's a Mel Gibson movie. But there's another one. There's actually a Netflix show.
Like Huckleberry Finn, isn't that similar? Because they don't get hurt. I don't know if they age either.
No, isn't Huck Finn and Mark
Tom
Twain?
Sawyer? Tom
Yeah.
Sawyer. Isn't that the one where the kids just can't get hurt? And I don't know if they age. I have to read the
No,
book again.
I don't
I'm
think
off
so.
it. I'm
I
off
don't
it.
think
Sorry.
so.
Sorry.
But there's a show on Netflix called Sandman,
Okay.
which is based off of a graphic novel and all of that. But there's a guy that Sandman makes immortal, that he can't die, and the bet is he bets the devil that, or not the devil, the Grim Reaper, that the human will not want to live forever after his first 100 years. And it backfires because the dude's like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But you see, like through that episode, you see every century that the guy lives. And you see sometimes he's up here. Sometimes he's
super
way
low.
down there because people figure it out. They're like, how are you still around? Oh, you're a witch. So then they start like, you know, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Hancock, too.
It is a little bit of Hancock. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think for me, I'd want to come back as a ghost just because I wouldn't want to deal with the loss. I wouldn't want to deal with the people that I create relationships with all getting older and dying.
But after a certain point, you kind of know what you've signed up for. So maybe you become immune to it. I mean, this is your
I don't know.
opinion.
Maybe. I don't know. I think I'd be. I think I would be okay with
Ghost.
dying, come back as a ghost. I'd be
Jumping in people's bodies and
I'd be
taking
a
over.
ghost. Yep. Because I know what would scare me, and I don't scare easily.
Yeah.
And I would do that kind of crap all the time.
Talk about me not having this.
Yep.
You're ruthless.
Oh, yeah.
All right, my last one. Would you rather give up social media
Give up social media.
or eat the same meal?
Give up social media.
You would eat the same meal for the rest of your life.
Give up social media.
All right, that was easy. That's scary. Those are like some good Halloween questions.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean,
Give
I
up
think
social media? That's scary for some people in this generation.
well, and it's scary considering the fact that we're on social media. But I would give that up because I would not want to eat the same meal over and over and over.
So you're giving up.
You said, would you rather give up social media or eat the same meal over and over and over?
Yes, you just said you wouldn't want to eat the same meal over and
Yeah, I don't want to eat. No, I would give up social media because I feel like as much as I don't want to not eat the same meal, I could.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. What
But that's the thing. We'd have to have a discussion about that. I knew exactly where you're going
I
with
was about
that.
to say, pick your favorite meal.
You'd have to give me some time to think about that. Like, what could you eat?
Good icebreaker. There's 3 questions in there. 2, but feel free to drop your comments. Would you rather...
I'm gonna add another question though. Like, what would the food be if you?
Yeah, and we can add. Would you rather live in a real haunted house or live on an island alone? And the other one is, would you rather give up social media or eat the same meal for the rest of your life? And we'll talk about what that meal would be soon.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
Moving
think about
on.
that.
That's a
All
good
right.
icebreaker.
Those are very good questions. Those are good. Would you rather's? All right. So let's get into it. Sports.
Talk to me.
That's what we're here for. All right. So let's talk about last weekend. Let's start with you.
Did you see the new creamsicle jerseys coming back for my Buccaneers? Sports.
You're
bringing
talking
back
about
the helmet,
the
too.
throwbacks. Oh yeah,
they're
the
bringing back
throwbacks
the
with the
helmet.
Buccaneer and the feather. Yes,
Woo!
sir. Yeah.
I want to get one for my dad.
But I actually need to talk about that because last week, as mad as you were about AJ Brown,
All right.
you spent a lot of time talking about Baker Mayfield and how you couldn't wait to watch him that weekend. Let me ask you a question. Who did Tampa Bay play last weekend?
I didn't watch.
Trick question. Tampa Bay was on bye. Learn about your own team before you start
Did you hear what I
shoving
said?
it down
Did you
my
hear what I
throat.
said? I didn't watch.
Hmm?
Why can I not watch it? Because why? You said the answer. They had a bye.
Yeah, that was a good backtrack. You didn't know they were on bye. You talked the entire episode about how you couldn't wait to watch them on Sunday.
I didn't say Sunday.
Yes,
I
you
said
did.
when they play again. We'll have to go back. Put it up.
Yeah, I'm not
know you're gonna
disagreeing
change
with
it.
you, but let's talk about that in a couple episodes and see how Baker's
See
doing.
how it is. Yeah.
You know, because if by week 8,
We'll have you in here shaking hands because
There you go.
I know you're going to keep it going, brother.
all right.
Come on. Put the clip up here.
I
of me
watched
saying
it.
that.
I watched it because I knew that you didn't know that they were on bye. So with that, who do they got this week? Without looking
This
at your
week,
phone.
they got. Who they got? You know who they got.
I do, but you don't.
I do. I was more focused on the creamsicle jerseys.
You're more of a Baker Fairweather fan.
Baker. A faker?
You're a
faker
faker
Mayfield?
Fairweather fan. Anyway,
Hold on, who the boss?
they play the Detroit Lions. All right. Now look, it's in Detroit. Yeah, Detroit is gonna sweep the floor with you guys.
We'll be holding the broom. Trust it, bro. Look, All my boys are healthy. They had the bye week to get right, and now it's time to make some stuff happen, and we're going to. Obviously, I didn't do enough of my research this week for that, but I'm going to catch up, see how training camp is going this week, make sure we're all set to go, and then Baker Mayfield's going to go handle business over there.
All right. Well, I don't really have much more to say to that. I mean, I think Detroit's going to absolutely pummel Tampa Bay. I am interested to see the jerseys. I love the throwback jerseys. Love the color. Love the logo.
Good old
I wish
pirate.
they'd bring that back full time.
Yeah, no, I need to buy one of those jerseys before they stop selling them or they get sold out.
Yeah, I mean, those
Creamsicle.
are pretty legit jerseys. It's kind of like I really like the old the throwback New England Patriots jerseys.
Yeah.
You know, with the center Patriot,
And the
guy hiking the ball.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Love that. Really like. I believe. I don't think it's this weekend. I think it's the following weekend. Seattle's bringing their throwbacks back.
You think they should, like, when they bring the throwbacks back, they should just let all the players who played with that jersey just come to the game for free?
Absolutely.
They should.
Don't they already?
I don't know.
I would imagine that NFL teams are like, hey,
Maybe they should
if you
reach
used to
out
play
or
for us
something.
and you're of any kind of a name, come back, no matter what.
Even if you aren't any kind of a name, I think it's special that they to bring that jersey back. I mean, my dad only played 3 games with them.
You're right. I think that I do think that if they're going to do the throwback jerseys and you can order them, they should be able to order anybody that was on the teams during the era of those jerseys.
Gary Anderson, T.O., Tim King. Make sure y'all get to that game. Oh, wait, it's in Detroit.
Yeah, in Detroit.
Oh, the game after, they should let y'all come.
I also don't think that they should be doing throwback jerseys on an away game.
I don't think so either.
That should be at
That's
home.
just
That
silly
should
to
be.
me. But they've been bringing it back since the beginning. Like the first game, I think they were like selling them and like making it a big thing that they were coming back this year. So it might just be an alternate kit. that they
Yeah,
can
maybe.
use.
I don't know. I just think it's better when it's
I love my Buccaneers.
at home.
Yeah,
and
no,
you
I
get your
agree.
throwbacks.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. So back to last weekend. Saturday, you had a game.
Saturday, we had a game. We took an L. Our last regular season home game. Wasn't our best performance, I must say. But you learn from it. If you don't learn from it, I think there's an issue. And moving into our last regular season game this week against Colorado, we need to hit it.
Yeah,
Head
tough
on.
matchup, Colorado.
Yeah, no, they're a good team. Very dynamic going forward. They have some speed up there and some skillful players. So, we all got to be ready and just be focused and focus on us.
Former teammate
Yeah.
and good
James.
friend, James
Yes,
Musa,
James
up in
Musa.
Colorado.
Yes. James Musa is there right now doing pretty well for himself. So
Shout out to James.
shout out James, former teammate. But come Saturday, you're my enemy. After the game, we can shake hands.
For 90 minutes.
I'll love you again.
97 minutes.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Excited to get there and play the game.
So where does that leave you guys? I know that you already clinched playoff for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the 3 on this Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
does that put you back into the talk for home field, or is that gone?
No, we don't have a chance to get home field
Okay.
advantage for at least the first game. Now, if wherever we end up after that, say we're 5th.
And the 8th
if
place
all the-
team upsets or something like that.
All the
then-
teams under us upset the ones above us,
Yep.
then we would get that
Right.
next. And we win, and then we would get that
Right.
next.
Cool. Well, we'll be pulling for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Had a tournament on Saturday.
Yes, tell me about it because I got a nice text again, as always.
Every Saturday, man.
And it had me hyped. Explain
Yeah,
what
every
happened.
game day. So Saturday was a good one. I talked about it last week. It was my boy Josh's last
Yeah.
tournament with the Veterans Golf Association here in Arizona before he takes off to Nevada. It was surprisingly, the golf course was in pretty good condition. It was 2 days before it closed
Yeah.
for overseed, because that's what we have to deal with here in Arizona is overseeding, and like every golf course closes down for the month of October. But played well. I didn't play fantastic, but I played well, and luckily it was enough to get another dub.
Good.
So
Dubs are good.
You probably can't see it with the camera, but up there I've got my pin
Yes. So you found a place you can.
I found a place I can put my pins. So in the season, like I told you, you only get one medal at the beginning, when you win the first one. And then every win after that, you get a pin.
Is that the state of
Arizona. Yeah. So hard to see. We'll try to get a picture of it so we can post it up there, but because it's blue, so it's kind of hard to see on the black. But the pin's up there. It was good. Good competition. I think we ended up with like 39 people this tournament, which is pretty good.
how was your pair? Like who you were paired up with?
It was good. Josh unfortunately didn't play his best golf. When we were moving his stuff, jammed his finger, made it a little bit more difficult to hold on to the golf club. But we had a great time. We throw music on. Sometimes it's like Disturbed Radio on Spotify. Sometimes it's, Umet, Ozcan, a little bit of house music, a little bit of beat music. So just kind of depends. But yeah, we had a great time. And then after, as always, got to send the message over to my man King over here and just send a little, hey, you guys got this. And, I think one of the things about the Rising squad that I see from week to week, it's like when you have to win, you win. When you don't really have to, you're kind of hit and miss. And my question, and maybe you can or can't answer this, or you can just answer this for yourself, but do you feel like as the season goes on, the hunger level dwindles out?
I'll speak on like every team with that. I think it's a very long season.
You do have a very long season.
Yeah, and I don't think it's guys aren't hungry, because I think throughout the week you can see people prepare for a game. Like that's what we live for, like to play these games, and you want to win them by all means, not just for yourself. You want to win them for your city, for your fans. Like you represent so much more than just like, oh, I play professional soccer. We win some, we lose. No. I never doubt the character of my teammates. Anything. I know they come to win, and mistakes are made in games, and I know that guys aren't trying to do this purposely. So the mentality, I would say, is always there to win. Are you going to win all the time? No. Our teams may be up for games more just because of maybe what's at stake for them, or maybe. But I've always talked to, and this goes with other teams, you can't become complacent. And at times during the season, I've stated that to some of my teammates, just like, let's not become complacent, because maybe I felt that way. But I can say, me personally, being with that team, is I've never doubted their hunger and desire of wanting to win. If that kind of answers your question.
Yeah, I don't think I was going more. I certainly wasn't asking about desire, because right. I don't think there's a single person on that team in the years that I've been watching, and had a chance to get to know quite a few of the players. I'll never question that.
Right.
When I talk about hunger, though, is there at any time, or has there been in your experience, just that moment of complacency? We talked about it in the first episode on this. Mm-hmm. As soon as you clinch playoffs, do you just kind of go, okay, at least we're in the playoffs, let's chill for a minute? I know that you guys were fighting to get that home spot, but I think it was 2 weeks ago with the tie. And then I can't remember who it was. It was either OC or New Mexico that won, and they pushed you down into fifth, and you guys needed to be in fourth. And your numbers were right there, and you had to win. You had to get 3 on Saturday
to kind of push us here.
But that still wouldn't have clinched you, because you would have had to have gone 3 last week and then 3 this week to guarantee that you would have had a home game.
I think in all sports, not just this team, any team, I think in the back of player's mind, whether you say it or not, there becomes a bit of complacency when you've made it into the postseason. Like I've seen it on teams in NFL. I've seen it everywhere, where people just pull off the gas and they're like, we're good, like let's not. And we talked about like you should stay.
Yeah, we talked about that in NFL.
Yeah, stay.
Week 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, you need to keep pushing, because if you lose that momentum, you don't know how you're going to bounce back when the other teams are still constantly pushing and going. So I would say, like, individually, my opinion, I think people can become complacent just because they know. And, like, if they win, they're like, yes, awesome. But if they lose, they're like, all right, now we have to fight. Like, it's kind of like that fight or flight mode whenever that comes to play. But, yeah, in these circumstances, I wouldn't say we lost hunger. I just think other teams were they knew there was something big at stake for them, that they needed to make that jump.
Yep.
So they're playing all out. And, you know, we play every game like it's a final. Like I said, you're not going to win them all. But at this point, you know, I think we were a little bit loose and kind of not doing the things we normally do in these last couple of games. But that's why you go back into training. And if you don't learn from it, then that's on you.
Yeah, for sure.
I think moving forward, I think we've had a good week of training. And, you know, this last regular season game, I think, is very important for us going into this postseason. So we've been working hard, man. I think.
Well, I've been waiting to ask you that question because, interestingly enough, in my tournament, normally I don't look at the leaderboard until it's over.
Right. Same.
You know, so because I don't really. It's not that I don't care, because I do, but I don't want that to get in my head. I don't want to be like on the 9th hole and have a 6-shot lead and go, okay, chill.
I think that's where a lot of people make that mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, on Saturday, I was on the 15th hole, and I had just had, I think I'd gone like four pars in a row, and then 4 pars and 2 birdies. And I knew I was playing really well.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I decided I was going to look at the leaderboard.
Interesting.
Which I never do. But I had 3 holes left.
Yeah.
But I saw that I had a 4-shot lead. And I literally just finished watching the Tiger documentary on HBO. I watched the first episode the night before, and I watched the second episode, and this is really bad and don't do this, but I watched the second episode while I was driving to the golf course.
Oof. Intense documentary.
Intense documentary. But first of all, I was in tears at the end of the documentary because it's like a flashback of Tiger hugging Earl Woods after he won the Masters, and then Tiger hugging Charlie, his son, when he won the Masters in 2019. I remember where I was sitting and who I was watching that Masters with. So anyways, it was very emotional. But Tiger's mom is the reason why he was so dominant. Everybody gives Earl Woods a lot of credit, which he 100% deserves. But it was actually Tiger's mom that was like, put your foot on their neck.
Yeah, driving force
and
behind
finish them.
Yeah.
It wasn't Earl. Earl taught Tiger like all of the
repetition,
mental stuff and, you know, how to hit the ball and all of that. You have to watch it. It's called Tiger.
No, it's great.
It's
great.
amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, so anyway, 16 tee box, after just looking at the score, made me immediately think, like, I can play it safe now. I literally hit 4-iron or 5-wood off the tee, stay in the fairway, second shot onto the green, 2-putt par, walk my way in.
But then you put yourself in that position where...
But I was like, but what would Tiger do?
I like that.
I really did. And I was literally laughing walking to the tee box to put my ball down. I was
talking to yourself.
Yeah.
See?
Which is what we had talked about a couple weeks ago. So it was really interesting. I was, really enjoying that time. I did not put my foot down. I kept the driver in the bag, but I didn't back off either. I say 3-wood. I was very aggressive, still hitting at pins. Ended up birdieing one of the last 3 or something like that. But I just was interested to ask you that question because I watched your match again yesterday, and what I noticed from watching all of the games, there were just a few times for about 12 to 14 minutes at a time that it was just very, I hate to say it, but for lack of a better term, it was just very lazy. There were some lazy passes, passes that clearly they could have seen where they were passing the ball, but they were just passing, kind of blind passing, and they were getting intercepted or, kicking it out of bounds instead of actually to a player. Yep. But then all of a sudden, it's like something would snap and
you guys scored on.
Everything was super crisp. Yeah, and then you guys scored on.
Yeah, and I mean that's something we talk about as well. It's like from the get, we need to play like we're down always, because you play with this fire. Like we need to come back, but I don't think that like mistakes are going to be made in a game. Everybody makes mistakes, and I don't think what we're doing or what a player is doing on the field, they're trying to sabotage. Obviously, they're trying to do the right thing. Something in their head is like, let me do this in this moment, or the bad touch happens. Okay, it happens. And multiple things happening in a row like that creates something big. Mm-hmm. Like 3 mistakes can lead, it's just a common saying, 3 mistakes can lead to a goal. You know, and things like that happen. Like if one of us do something wrong, the next person, then it's just a trickling effect. And then it ends up in something good for the other team. So I think that kind of leads to that look of like lazy passes or lethargicness. And sometimes when you're just not in rhythm, like it just kind of keeps going that way, you know. 100%. And the other team starts feeding off that, and they're like, all right, let's go. So that's just like a normal thing in games. And like for kids at home, like just if you make a mistake, try your best for that next one to make sure it's clean. Make the next 2 or 3 clean, and then get your rhythm back to go from there. Or not just kids, anybody.
Yeah, I think that's a really good message.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that too a couple episodes ago. I mean, we have to do the same thing in golf.
Yeah.
You know, you make a mistake, you cannot let that go to the next swing.
Right.
Because if you do, you're next thing you know, 5 holes are gone, and you're 6, 7, 8 over just in that stretch.
Yeah, and I've seen people I mean, I've done it myself. I'm not a professional golfer or a golf professional by any means, but I'll hit and like I'll end up at a +8 because I'm just like, oh, I don't care. Now I'm on like +5. What is the meaning of it now? Like, but instead you have that mentality of like, all right, I just screwed up this next shot, +2 right now or whatever. Let me try and keep it in the fairway or keep it in the green, you know. And I think that'll lead to more positive things going down. But if you start letting it go downhill, it'll go downhill.
Yeah.
Quickly. Moving on.
All right. So anyway.
Sorry.
No. Very good. Good response. Good answer. Good clarification.
Yeah.
Explanation. All that. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yes.
Last week we also talked about my Cougs going on against UCLA, and I said it. Chip Kelly has our number, and as long as Cam Ward took care of the ball, we'd have a chance.
You did say it.
2 interceptions.
Didn't take care of it.
And we lost. Luckily, we still showed up. We still played well. We did drop back in the rankings from 13 down to 19. This weekend we've got University of Arizona, so my other team.
What do you do there?
You know, there's 2 ways to look at it. Either way I lose or either way I win. So either way I win.
It's a win-win, huh?
No, honestly, I root for both teams. I do. I'm very, very, very proud of how Arizona has played this year. They took USC, number 9 USC, took them in a double overtime last week at USC.
Yeah.
At the Coliseum. They've got a freshman playing because Dolores hurt right now for U of A, who's playing very well. Fafita, he's playing very well. I can't say enough. He's playing very well. However, Cam Ward, I think, got a little bit of a humbling experience last week, and our defense is still playing fantastic for WSU. I think WSU is going to come away with this victory as well. It is homecoming at Pullman, so I think we've got a bit of an edge there. But Jed Fish at U of A, well done, sir. What he's done for this program in the last 3 years has been incredible, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a win-win.
Fun game for you because you'll be happy either way.
And honestly, like I'm when it comes to games like this, and same thing like during basketball season, I'm happy for when good plays happen.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see garbage. And so last year, for example, WSU and Arizona, WSU absolutely just mopped the floor with Arizona. Mm-hmm. And that was sad because the quarterback, Delora, for U of A, used to be the quarterback for Washington State.
Right.
And transferred. And Arizona just played poorly.
Yeah.
And I didn't like seeing that. But Washington State played perfect football, and I loved watching that. So, you know, if it's a good game,
you want both of your teams to do well.
Yeah, and I want them to do well, and if I just want a good game.
How do you like Do you watch that alone, or do you watch it with other people? Because they would be super confused, I'm sure.
So this weekend, I'm hoping to watch it with the WSU Alumni Association.
Do you wear a half shirt? WSU
I used to
half,
have that. I actually
really?
used to have shorts that were WSU on one side, Arizona on the other side. I had a shirt that was Washington State on the front and Arizona on the back.
Custom made, obviously.
I made them myself.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say,
cut them in half and sew
Those
them
aren't
back
two
together.
teams people usually root for together.
No. But no, this time I probably won't. This time I'll go in and I'll just wear, because I'm going to the Alumni Association watch party. It's probably going to be just WSU. But anybody that knows me knows that I've been a U of A fan since I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Normally, though, I would watch a game like that probably by myself.
I mean, it makes sense. If I was watching the game, I'd be like, what's this guy doing? Like, who's he rooting for?
Yeah, it's a lot of screaming.
I know you saw it. I get it.
A lot of screaming. You know, a lot of ups and downs.
Just screaming at both. What are you doing? Great pass.
Exactly. God, what a pass. Oh, you're awful on defense. Yeah, so we'll see. Another real quick thing just to kind of finish off the rest of our sports stuff. Pac-12 update. So I don't know if you know this or not, but yesterday, University of Washington, they filed to dismiss the charges or dismiss the current lawsuit that Washington State and Oregon State did against the other 10 teams in the Pac-12. So we have to keep our ear to the ground on that one. Not really sure what's going to happen because the state of Washington approved the temporary restraining order against the other 10 teams. Now they're coming back and saying we want that removed. We have the right to vote, make decisions for the future of the conference. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Washington State and Oregon State, just by reading the bylaws, I think WSU and Oregon State have the upper hand.
Yeah.
But who knows? You got USC, UCLA, University of Washington, University of Oregon. That's a lot of firepower.
What?
So we'll see what happens. But let's just, like I said, keep our ear to the ground on that one.
Sorry. You have to keep me more posted on that. You know a lot more about that than I do.
And just like I will with your Tampa Bay Bucks.
You know they're going to beat Detroit, so.
You want to put a bet on it?
I was going to say, we should put like a wager of like a shot concoction or something.
Okay.
Put whatever you want in there.
Within reason.
Yes. Mustard, ketchup, relish.
I was thinking more along the lines of like hot sauce, toothpaste, mayonnaise.
All goes together. You can add those three on top of the three I said. No problem.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll think about that through the rest of this episode.
We'll see next week.
Yeah, I'll think about that because that could go.
As long as you're not allergic.
That could-
Loser gets to choose. Winner gets to choose what goes in the concoction. The other person doesn't even just drink it.
Wow. All right. Okay. You're screwed. All right.
Don't fool around with me.
So we talked about Tiger on HBO.
Yeah.
Currently watching Beckham right now.
Yes.
On Netflix. Fantastic.
Great documentaries.
Definitely watched that. I just watched the newest rendition of Dune.
Oh, yeah.
The remake that they're working on.
How's that? Check it out. I didn't know you watched
I would say absolutely watch it. I was a fan of the '84 version of
Yeah.
Dune.
Yeah.
What they've done with it now, obviously CGI has come a long way in 40 years.
Graphics.
But really good. Really good. I think Timothée Chalamet, he's a phenomenal actor, but I just don't like him for the part.
Yeah.
But I can't remember her name right now, Rebecca something, but the gal who plays the mom, too similar in age to be the mom.
Oh, okay.
But,
That's what you're saying.
But in the book, she's only 20 years older, but in real life, she's 12 years older. I don't know. It didn't really work for me, but...
Kind of reminds me of the mom in Terminator. I think it was like Terminator 2, where the mom seemed super young and she had that older kid.
Oh yeah, with Edward.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me.
Yeah. But he's another one of those guys that's actually way older than what he looks
Looks like. Yeah.
Edward
See?
Furlong, I think is his name.
Throws you off a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, I highly recommend Dune.
I recommend, it's called The Deepest Breath. If you haven't seen this movie, it's about free divers. Man, that is, like, you know how
You're talking about the people that like hold onto the rope and
dive down as deep as they can.
yeah.
Like, I didn't know that was like a thing. I didn't know there was competitions for it.
Oh, there is.
Like, yeah, national teams for it and stuff. But that's the thing. Like, there's so many different sport type things that go on in this world that I have no idea about. Thinking that like soccer, football, all these things are like, oh, those are
What makes one want to do that?
Boy, I asked the same question while I'm watching, but there's just a whole different audience, a whole different population out there that love doing that.
Like I understand scuba diving.
Same.
I understand wanting to be underwater for a long period of time and seeing what's at the depths and looking at the fishies and all that kind of stuff. But
the thrill of it, I don't know.
Free diving thing though.
And the thing is like,
Because it's like people go hundreds of feet down in one breath.
105 meters this girl went.
What?
But the thing is, when she explains it, she's just like, when I go down, it's just unique, it's quiet, it's peaceful. And I'm like, bro, you can't see anything? Like, you're just diving down. It's like, there's no noise. And like, the thing that got me is like, they black out when they get to the top. Like, you have to have safety guys go with you, but they only go to a certain depth. And once you pass, you're by yourself. And then you turn and come back once you get the tag. And then when you get to a point, they're there to help you back up if you pass out. Man, I'm seeing this and I'm like, you black out and then you go do it again because you're like, I didn't reach you.
No, you do it again because there's something wrong with you.
I recommend watching it. It's actually a good documentary.
What's it on?
Netflix.
On Netflix?
It's called The Deepest Breath.
All right.
But it was just mind blowing to see like these people be able to do that in one breath, bro. Go that deep
Wow.
and come back.
Yeah, I'll watch it for a minute for sure.
Yeah, I mean, ending's kind of sad, but I mean, it's very interesting.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't
spoilers! What the
No,
hell?
it's not. I didn't say anything. I just said watch it. I didn't really give away anything besides that.
Okay.
Go to the next one.
Well, anyway, last one for me. I know this movie's been out for a while, but I have just gotten around to watching it, and it's Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. It's a great movie. You see?
Yeah,
It's a great
Ethan
movie.
just freaked out over there. Just fell out of the chair.
It's a good movie.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I wish that I would have known more about it before watching it, because I had no idea who Ken Miles was,
Okay.
which is Christian Bale's character.
Yeah.
And the thing for me, and I'm trying not to do spoiler. Like, I mean, the movie's been out for like 4 or 5 years.
No, it's
so
been out
you
long enough. I think people
probably can do it. But the thing about that was like, as I was watching it, I was literally thinking to myself, "There's no way this could possibly be a true story." And even though I knew that it was, I know who Carol Shelby is, and all of that, and is all the good thing or all the bad things you could say about Lee Iacocca, like good job Lee Iacocca for coming in there and saying we have got to go and do something in the racing world to try and bring Ford back. But Henry Ford II, what a fat piece of shit. Him and whatever that other guy's name, BB or whatever his name is.
Oh, that's why they're in that position.
And the actor that plays him, that Leo Beebe or whatever his name is, that guy's a piece of shit too.
But he did well. He made
That's
you really.
That's
he made
how you
really
know.
hate that guy. That's how you know he's a good.
That's
actor.
how you know he can act. Is because he pisses you
I
off.
felt the same way. I was like, I really hate this.
There are
guy.
so many people out there, so many like characters in shows that I absolutely hate.
in real life because.
But I'm
Yeah, because they did so well in there.
But then I'm like, God, those actors are really good. Like Game of Thrones, I hated Cersei, right? Everybody hated Cersei, but Lena Headey, I think it is, phenomenal actress. Skylar White, Breaking Bad.
And they're probably
Hate
really.
Skylar White.
They're probably awesome people.
They're probably phenomenal people.
But just the way they act, they piss you off.
Yeah.
So bad. That's mostly any villain.
Which is why I need them to do something else so that I can see them as a different character.
Yeah.
You know? Because I had no idea, because I wasn't paying that much attention, which I should have. But 300,
Yeah.
right? Fantastic. This is Sparty, all that kind of stuff. Cersei is
Yeah.
King Leonidas' wife.
Cersei is King Leonidas. What do you mean?
In 300, Lena.
Oh, from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She is the wife of
Yeah.
Gerard Butler. But I mean, we're talking a decade difference of show. But my point is, I need her to do something different now, so I don't see her just as Cersei.
I mean, so many people hated her because of the role that
Oh yeah,
she played. But
this dude
did
in
so good.
This dude in Ford versus Ferrari, he's such a. And the even crazier thing is, what happens at the end when he tells them to slow down and they want to have all three Fords cross the Le Mans finish line at the same time. I thought that was Hollywood. And so after I watched the movie, I went and did my whole rabbit hole thing and started doing
You
all
thought
the
that wasn't
information.
real life?
No, I thought like this is bullshit. And then I went back and watched. Not so much the Hollywood part that they gave it to another driver, but that he had him slow him down. That's the part that I thought was kind of fake.
Yeah.
No.
But that actually
he
happened.
literally did that.
Yes.
He literally went and convinced Ken Miles to slow down over 4 minutes and let the other two Fords, who were already in second and third place,
Just for the picture, and then didn't give it to her.
and then he lost because Ford number 2,
Creeped ahead on him.
no, he covered 8 more meters of track because when it first started,
Oh, is that why?
that's what happened. So Ken Miles was number 1, right? McLaren was number 2, who was
Oh,
the
'cause
driver.
at
That's
the
not
start-
the automobile McLaren, the driver McLaren. He was in the second lane.
That's how they judge that?
Yep.
By where you start, so
It's
the finish
because
is a little bit further for you?
because he traveled more distance.
I thought it was just because they
Nope, they
crept
literally
a little bit before.
They literally crossed at the exact same time, and because the guy had covered 8 more meters of distance, they gave it to
Has
him.
that rule changed?
I have no
mean,
idea.
I would wonder because you start in those positions because of your time trial, correct?
Yeah,
That shouldn't adjust how far you should still have to pass at the same point. That's mind blowing. I always thought it was just one
Nah.
crept a little bit before.
and so like I said, I thought it was Hollywood and all of that kind of stuff. So I started doing my Wikipedia, and I started doing. I literally went on to like the Le Mans history website and like trying to find it. The Racing Hall of Fame website. Started reading about Ken Miles and like Christian Bale. First of all, phenomenal job in that movie.
Phenomenal actor all
And
around.
just in general
he does
for
so
sure.
many
But
different roles.
that movie, for some reason, that movie for me felt more like how probably Christian Bale is in real life.
Like his genuine self.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
He
I could,
was
I could
just
see
like,
that.
I don't care at all what you think about me. I'm going to say it. Like when he first meets Leo and is talking shit about the Mustang, he's like, I'd still rather buy a Chevelle, and that is a shit car. It's literally what he says.
Yeah.
Which is why BB ends up hating Miles so much. I thought Matt Damon did an amazing job as well, playing Carroll Shelby.
That just seems like Matt Damon, though. He's kind of like that in most of his movies.
Other than the southern part of it, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just his persona, like, the way he is, like, kind of a nice going guy.
Yeah.
Honest. But,
Driven.
yeah.
Super driven. Anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, sorry for just ruining the entire movie. But if you have seen it, I know that you're probably like, thank you for finally watching. But I thought it was a great movie. It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Top class.
I did tear up at the end as well when Carroll Shelby's talking to Peter outside their front yard.
I don't even know, like, the end of that movie killed me. Just
Pun intended?
destroyed me. No pun intended.
All right.
Driven. The way you said driven about Matt Damon, that was pun intended.
Yeah,
Because literally okay.
I get it. Yeah, there's actually a Formula One movie called Driven starring Sylvester Stallone. Should check that out too. Anyway. Yeah. All right, moving on. I've got a question of the day. So you gave us the would you rathers, but I've got a question of the day for you.
Didn't get to our dad jokes. Next time.
Oh yeah. Dang. All right. Question of the day. What is the dumbest way that you've either been hurt or hurt yourself?
The dumbest way I've been hurt. Oh, I have to say, and I wouldn't say it was on accident, but I felt really dumb when it
Okay.
happened.
That'll work.
I was probably 12, say. I had a Siberian Husky, and it got out. And this dog, when it gets out, it takes off. I don't care what direction it goes. So we had to go find it, me and my buddy, my best friend, when we lived in the neighborhood. His name was Mikey. I had a bike I had a bike and he was riding. My bike had brakes. He had a bike that didn't have brakes. And we just jumped on him. I jumped on his bike. Start riding, calling the dog's name, like looking. He's riding next to me on this side. We're like riding in the street. And I'm like talking. I'm like, yo, where do you think she went? I'm like, yo, Aaliyah. And he's like, Darnell. And I'm still calling, like, what? Yeah. Aaliyah. Boom. I smack into the back of a parked car. And like, bro, I'm riding for like a solid 20 yards, 30 yards. So you should be able to see this. But like, I'm just so focused on like, oh, where's my dog? Where's my dog? And the fact that he called my name twice, like in a, Darnell. Bro, I hit this car so hard, I kid you not. I broke the tail light, broke the antenna that was on the back, the ones that stuck up in the back, and like shattered the thing that goes around the license plate. Bro, I hit the ground so hard. Still to this day, I have a scar right here on my knee. My lip was busted. My elbow was screwed up. And all I could do was just scream. And the neighbor came out. He was like, are you? I was like, get off me. Sprinted home. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done, to hurt myself. And it was painful. It was painful. May not be like the coolest story, but that was probably the dumbest thing.
No, I get it.
A parked car, you should be able to have enough 12 years old, like no helmet,
Yeah, I don't know.
no brakes.
That's a tough one. I'd say it's.
To go 33 years, I think that's probably the dumbest, but like it's not as dumb as
Yeah,
Probably some
I think
people-
you've done pretty well.
Yeah.
If that's the
knock
dumbest
on wood.
way.
I
Yeah.
haven't broken anything. That's probably the dumbest way I've hurt myself.
Yeah, the dumbest for me. Unfortunately, I do it all the time.
Oh, so this is
It's a reoccurring dumb thing because I know, but pretty much any time that I go back home, I somehow always manage to hit my head on the low ceilings in my parents' basement.
like cling. Like
Yeah, just like right here.
the center of your forehead.
Just, I'll turn around. So because downstairs, like they're venting, right?
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Is pushes the ceiling down. And I'll be sitting down in the rocking chair or sitting at the table doing some work or whatever, and then I'll get up and I'll go to turn the corner, and every time I do, I just smack my head.
How many times has this happened?
Well, they've lived there since it's been 20 years.
So
I
this
mean,
is
that's not
every
true.
time you go.
They've lived there for 16 years. So it's been going on a long time.
Brother, it would be one thing if you like hit your head backwards or something, but in the line of sight of your eyes, you're hitting it here. That's why it's the dumbest. Okay.
I mean, I have other ways that I've gotten hurt doing dumb stuff.
I got plenty of ways, but I would say that was.
Like I can't say I got hurt, but when I was real little, we had a balcony at the house, and it was so high that we would jump off of the balcony down to the bottom floor of the house.
I thought there was going to be like pool there.
No. We're inside the house.
Inside the house.
And we had this big pillow that was like 6 foot by 6 foot filled with foam. And we'd put that at the bottom, and we would jump off the balcony. I'm talking a good, like, probably 25 feet.
That pillow didn't help, did it?
Actually, the pillow was great. We were little.
Oh, okay.
We were not even, probably third grade, second,
How far
third
was
grade.
this drop?
Probably 20, 25 feet.
For a third grader?
Yeah. We had some big old huevos, bro. And there was 4 of us that did it. Me, Andy, Gordon, and Curtis.
No fear.
No. And see, I never got hurt. However,
Yep.
one of the brothers I'm pretty sure this one was Gordon. So the balcony was here, right? And then the ground floor is here. Well, we had this big like Cinderella staircase that went from the top floor down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, that Cinderella staircase had a brick wall that outlined the staircase. And so we thought it would be really fun if we got on top of the brick wall, jumped up to the balcony, and then let go and fell onto the pillow. Right?
No, we're just doing like parkour stuff.
We're just doing stupid stuff.
Before it came
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Gordon. If it wasn't Gordon, it was Curtis, because both of them ended up having some serious issues when we were kids. But jump from the brick wall to the balcony, but instead of stopping, like slid. The hands slid on the polished wood of the balcony, slid, and obviously lost grip, and fell, completely missed the pillow, and hit his head on a marble coffee table, like end table.
Yeah, I was laughing in the beginin. Now
dude cracked his head open, blood everywhere, screaming, call my mom who's at work. And I'm like, oh, his head's wide open, blood everywhere, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that was one of them. The other one was the other brother got hit in the head with a boomerang, cut his head wide open. Yeah,
man, that I wouldn't say that's dumb. You guys are playing with a toy. That just happens, unless somebody literally just chucked it at him.
No, we're in the elementary school that we all lived like right on.
Just trying to play.
We were just playing with a boomerang, and
the other one is pretty dumb.
The other one was super dumb.
Yeah.
You ever have dirt clod fights when you were a kid, or snowball fights? Dirt clod.
Snowball fights?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a snowball fight. I don't know what a dirt clod is.
Dirt clod is the same thing as a snowball, except for it's dirt instead of snow. It's just a clod of dirt.
You just
and you throw it at people, and then it blows up because it's just dust, right?
Okay.
We had a cul-de-sac, and on either side, while the houses were being built, they were empty, right? So the road was up here, you were down here. We'd have groups of people on either side and have dirt clod fights.
Shocking.
I threw a dirt clod one time and hit another kid in the head with a dirt clod. That was not a dirt clod. It was just a big old rock covered in dirt. Busted his head open. I ran too.
Gone.
I was like, out of there.
Like, I'm not about this. Wow.
Until all of the kids showed up at the front door of my house, knocked on the door.
That's the
and
worst.
Tattletaled.
That's the worst.
Little bastards.
You know that you're like sitting in the back, like, I'm not answering that door.
I was like, I've been home all day. All my clothes are covered in dirt. Hands are dirty.
Oh, that happened to me.
Anyway, that's the question of the day. What's the dumbest thing that you've either done to yourself or has happened and hurt yourself?
Yep.
Let us know. All right. I think that's going to be it for us today, unless you have anything else.
No, I mean, I'll save my good ones for next time.
All right. Next week, dad jokes for sure. Special thanks to our sponsors, as always, Stubby McPickle, Black Rifle Coffee, Blue Tees Golf, TaylorMade Golf, Belching Beaver, South O, Binyo from last week.
Binyo.
For sure. Sacred Society Tattoo. Oh, I forgot about that. So sorry. Sacred Society Tattoo in Trini. Last Saturday was Trini's fight. Trini Ochoa is now the champ. 16-0, 16-0, undefeated, knockout.
Make sure you drop that Boogie with the Hoodie undefeated song for that guy.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah, it was perfect timing too, because your game ended. I was able to get over to the stream of Trini's fight.
Yeah.
Just in time for the first round bell. Got to watch it. Got to watch him just.
How many rounds did it
go? 3.
Knockout.
Yeah. Took him out. It was awesome. Awesome.
Well done, Trini.
Saw some pictures of the after party at Maya over in Mesa. They had a great time.
Lit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, congratulations, Trini. Again, thank you to Sacred Society Tattoo, Trini's dad, doing my ink, but also sponsoring the show.
Got the Riz.
Got the Riz. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot about Riz. That's another thing. I heard John.
I heard it again
multiple times.
I heard it again too. It's funny that you
this week, and we did.
We spot on.
No, we heard Riz because I sent it to you on Instagram.
Oh yeah, the golf thing.
Yeah.
Also want to ask about your buddies who you were with.
Oh yeah, yesterday.
Hey, we forgot.
I know, man. I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. It's supposed to be the end of the episode. But yesterday, went out and played with my buddy Steve. He invited me to go out and play at Papago yesterday. And we got paired up with a couple of guys who were with the Baltimore Orioles organization. Nice. Couple of pitchers. Carter's just coming off of rehab, so he's working his way back up through the A's. And Justin is in AAA ball right now, but they're down here for fall ball. Made me feel old as hell, but 21 and 24. Justin's about to be 25. He'll be 25 probably by the time this comes out. So happy birthday. I had an absolutely phenomenal time. It was really nice to be out there and having kind of a playing lesson, but at the same time really just enjoying the people that you're with. And they could hit the shit out of the ball. 350, 330, 360, 370, no problem off the tee. Yeah, it was a really good time. So wish them both the absolute best of luck with everything that's going on. And, just continue to do your thing. When you're back in town, hit me up. You guys know how to get in touch with me, and we'll go out and play.
100.
So.
Sorry to backtrack a little bit, but we had to.
We had to do it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. All right, well, thank you guys very much for watching. Until next week, as always, don't forget to
smash that like button, subscribe. You know the deal. Follow your boys. Until next time.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
See you later.